Okay, we're back. Videos have been kind of slow uploading because it's snowing here and my satellite dish keeps getting covered up. But so far we've done 6 parts, which has got us to this point of the helmet. Now we're going to do the ears. If you look at these ears, down here there's a little tab. I want to sand that off. And then remember I told you there's a notch. And notch will make this spot go away. And sometimes I like to make that a little deeper depending on how it fits. And also on the helmet where the ear fits, right here there's a little bit of an arch. So if your ears don't fit quite flat, you might sand off just a little bit in here to match that arch. And that'll help that sit flatter. So let's see how well these ears fit. This is straight from the maker. Place it in the right spot. If you look at the back, it's pretty darn good. Let's see if I can turn this around. Look at the front. Right out of the box, it's almost perfect. There's a little spot right here I might sand off. You might be able to see it where it's hitting right in the corner. If I sand that off just a hair, that will sit flat. Remember I told you to use the Dremel, that other drill I have, or the other sander I have. But you can also use a little drum sander. And so I'm just going to barely sand right in here where it was hitting. Then I'm going to get rid of this notch, or that little tab. I'm going to sand that flat. That'll help it sit a little flatter. And again, like I said, sometimes I'll make that ridge a little deeper in here. Not much. Just a hair. And I'll put a little slight arch there, just because that cheek has a slight arch. And you'll notice that'll help it lay a little flatter. So you see I didn't do a whole lot of sanding. It doesn't take a whole lot, especially when these come pre-trimmed. Sorry. Look at how good that ear fit. Pretty much right on the money. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is down here. See how it has this little lip? And this lip here? I'm going to sand that off later, after I install the ears. But I'm going to go ahead and install this ear. And the other ear will be about the same. So on the stunt ears, it has 2 holes you're going to drill here, and you're going to drill one at the bottom. So, try not to drill my finger. Okay, so those 2. And I'm going to drill one down at the bottom, and I like to go about, at least a 1/4 inch from there. Some people ask me, well, that might not hit both pieces of plastic. Don't really care. Your helmet's not going anywhere with these 2 rivets. So that's not really doing anything to hold your helmet together. It's just holding the ear on. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to place the ear where I wanted it. Make sure it's fitting right. And I'm going to drill the middle hole first. Okay? And you might end up going through 3 levels because you got the, don't forget you got the lens. And I'll do the top hole. Okay. Sure they're all through. I'll do that bottom hole last. And your kit comes with some long screws and some flat ones. So what I'm going to do, and this is how I do it, is I'm going to put this bottom screw in first. The reason I do that is that's holding the ear really where I want it, and I want to get that as tight as well, not as tight as I can, but tight, so when I put the top screw and the bottom screw in, they're not tugging on it as much. So I take my flat screwdriver and my wrench, I put the washer and the lock nut inside. If you bought the chin strap, this is when you want to install it on the inside. But this particular kit, you didn't get a chin strap. And I'm going to tighten this down until I can see it start pulling the ear in. You get it much tighter than that, and it starts pulling funny. Now I did that, and you'll notice a gap started coming. So I could either loosen it up, or I could take it off and sand off in here a little bit more. And that's what I'm going to do. It only takes a minute to fix that. And if you get it all done and the ear isn't fitting quite right, it only takes a second to pop it off and do some minor adjusting. So again, it was hitting a little bit in that inside corner. And I didn't sand much. And I'll put it back on. Put the washer on and the lock nut. It fits much better now. Okay, so now I'm going to drill this bottom hole. I like to do the bottom one second, because that helps determine your gap. And I'll push on that ear so it's flat, and then I'll drill that hole. Okay, and on this one, I like to use the rounded screws that come with it, or bolts, which takes a different bit. It's just my preference. So I just stuck it in, and you can see how nice that ear fit. A little bit of a gap in the back, not bad at all. It's livable. And I put a washer on there, and a lock nut, And this one I'm just going to tighten it down to where the bolt starts coming through the nylon on the lock nut. I don't want it to pull a lot. Okay, so that's how your ear turns out. And I'll do the top hole last. Already drilled it. Again, a long flat bolt. Remember, you're going through 3 layers on this one. Sometimes it's a little bit tough getting in there. Gotta get the lens and everything lined up. It looked like I went through the lens. Now I did. Again, if you have the chin strap, you're going to put the chin strap on those 2 bolts. The other thing these bolts are doing is they're holding that lens tight so it won't wiggle around. Oops, that's no wiper. And yes, 4 hands is better than 2, so if you had help, sometimes it's nice, but we'll make do with me. This one I'm not going to crank down tight. Again, probably when it just starts coming through the nylon on the washer, I'll call it quits. Because putting this bolt tight will cause this gap to expand. So that's how easy it is to install the ears. Again, his come pretty darn close. Let's see what the other one looks like just because we're here. The other one's pretty close also. A little bit of sanding right in here. The back is, look at the back. Back's pretty much right on the money. So very little sanding on these ears. On this one I will want to sand in here again where that cheek is kind of rounded. That'll help it lay down flat. But that's how easy it is to do the ears. It's not hard. Just take your time. You don't have to sand a whole lot off. But sand a little bit and then fit it, and sand a little bit and fit it, and you'll be fine. So I'll do the other ear without you, and then I'll paint this helmet up because it's done. And I'll add the decals, the mic tips, and the paint, and then you could look at the video for the finished stunt helmet. So thanks for watching. Hope you could enjoyed it, and hope this helped you build your AM stunt helmet. These are, like I said, these are bulletproof helmets. Nothing's going to break this. You could drop it. It's not hurting it. Very nice helmet. Oh, here's what the inside looks like, just in case you wanted to see. So you can see the 2 bolts and the rivets, or the 3 bolts and the rivet on the one side. So very easy to do. Enjoy, and see you on my next series.